What's going on, folks? It's Nike and welcome to an all-new MyGM episode featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers. And coming off of a horrible loss in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, it is now time to officially rebuild this team and get this offseason started. But before we hop into the NBA draft of tonight's episode, we are going to look at some of the other things that are happening throughout this offseason. And of course, one of those things are the player retirements. But moving on, another thing that we have to address is sitting down with our owner, Eugene Petit, to see what kind of demands he has for this offseason. And so far, he only wants me to purchase a stadium facility to help out with our bottom line, and we can definitely get that done. And looking at our lottery odds, we are currently in the 7th and 11th spot of this NBA draft, and hopefully we can get lucky and somehow manage to crack the top 5. But as you can see, starting off this lottery countdown, we are simply not getting lucky. Because as you can see, our second pick ended up landing on the 7th spot, which is exactly what was projected for our team. But with the number 1 pick going to the Milwaukee Bucks, they definitely got lucky in this NBA draft, moving all the way up to number 1 from the projected number 4 spot. But yes, before we hop into tonight's NBA draft, we are sitting down with our owner once again because he wants us to sign a new head coach who's going to help with the growth of our new and young players. And of course that makes sense because our team, we are very young. And I decided to sign one of my favorite coaches in this game mode, Mr. Eric Marshall, but apparently I did something wrong in the eyes of my owner. I should have hired someone with the teacher badge. I guess I failed to read between the lines when we sat down in his office, but looking at our team options, I decided to accept them for Kyrie Irving, Andre Drummond, and Jeremy Lamb. But unfortunately, I couldn't accept the one for Anderson Varejao because we simply don't have enough salary cap room available to sign him and also go after a big free agent like LeBron James or Carmelo Anthony. But one of the players that I did want to sit down with and talk to is this guy right here, my sniper from outside, Mr. Gordon Hayward, who would be a great player coming off the bench behind a LeBron James or Carmelo Anthony. But I am simply not going to offer him what he is asking for, and hopefully we can get him for the bargain price that I offered him. But moving on, we got our new head coach Eric Marshall asking me to draft Andrew Wiggins. I decided to say that I will accomplish that goal, but it's simply not going to be easy. With the 7th pick in this NBA draft, we have to get really lucky to see Andrew Wiggins drop all the way down there. But as you can see, starting off tonight's NBA draft, we already have Marcus Smart and Jabari Parker getting drafted. And unfortunately, the Charlotte Bobcats decided to pick up Andrew Wiggins. The Boston Celtics picked up Julius Randle with their 4th pick, and moving on in this NBA draft, unfortunately, Joel Embiid is gone as well. And with us on the clock as of now, we simply don't have that many great players left in this game. So I decided to draft Doug McDermott in case Gordon Hayward doesn't accept our contract offer. He is basically going to be our backup plan. But moving on in this NBA draft, it is time to make some moves because as of now, all of my trade offers have been declined. We simply couldn't figure out a way to get all the way up into the top 5, so now I decided to give up my 11th and 28th pick in exchange for the 9th pick of the Toronto Raptors. And with that pick, we are going to get a player, Dante Exum, who is going to be a trade asset for sure. We already have Kyrie Irving and Trey Burke. We don't need a 3rd point guard on this team. So he is going to be a player that we are going to be willing to trade once the season starts, and hopefully we can find a great player who we can get in exchange for Dante Exum. But with that being said, that is it for tonight's episode. The next one will be coming to you this Friday and will reveal whether or not we signed LeBron James or Carmelo Anthony. Stay classy, folks. Cheers, Nike.
Losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime.